So it's kind of sunny out, and I don't wanna hurt no more. So I set my bar real low. I'm okay. I'm okay. You say you put
All right, Mike, you want me to do this?
you're so insane. You're so insane.
Do it?
What?
You want me to transpose?
Don't you love it? Don't you love it? No, I ain't happy.
Yeah.
There we go.
Do you have an extra pencil?
I do.
Don't you love it? Don't you love it?
I can do it. In fact,
I can do it.
okay, perfect.
We're live. Jeremiah Bobby or Bobby Jeremiah?
Jeremiah Bobby.
Michael Incontro? Jason Cropley?
So that's Lori. She picks up the phone. She says Jeremiah Bobby. So we are on the air, but we're not obviously.
Oh. 1-2.
Can you hear? I can kind of hear you. Anymore. I lost it.
And good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to SNSN. We are broadcasting live here at Griswold High School. Game number 2 of the baseball campaign. And you know what? It's the 2021 season, Kevin Merchant, and we had no games last year.
Believe it or not, we're here again, Mikey, and it's so good to be out here in this baseball field. It's an absolutely beautiful day here in Griswold, and I am so excited to watch these kids play. It's funny. They've grown up. A bunch of them have grown up a lot since the last time we saw them, Mikey.
A lot of new names, too, on the roster that I'm not familiar with. There's one kid that I am familiar with. Gee, I think you are, too. He's another Merchant, isn't he?
He is, and they call him the Merch, too, by the way.
Do they really?
They do call him the Merch.
Obviously a stolen name.
Yeah.
So Evan Merchant, of course, your grandson.
Yeah.
Wanted to get that right out there quick. So
yeah, behind the plate tonight, or behind the plate Saturday as well. You know, a nice double on Saturday, and scored a run. And I just can't wait. I just can't wait to get this first pitch over with, Mikey.
Yeah, it's gonna. I'm so glad to be doing high school baseball once again. I've missed it so much. It's been what, 2 years?
2 years. It's
2
been
years,
2
man.
years. It seems like 10.
Oh God! And of course, we are still working with Sid, the scoreboard kid, who's in the booth with us as well. Hey, Sid, what's up?
How are you?
Hey, Sid's not really her name, but that's what you're getting.
To protect the innocent, that's fine.
All right, here we go. First up for Lyman, Jeremiah Bobby is a freshman playing center field.
We have Nolan Webster on the mound for the Wolverines.
It's a pop-up in the infield. Looks like it's going to drift out to left field. One pitch, one out. God, I don't even know how to run a scoreboard anymore.
It's crazy. I'm looking at the book here, and I say, what am I supposed to put here? What goes here? What happened? I start looking at last 2 years ago and see what I did.
Coming up now is Josh Pearson. He's catching. Where's number 1? He's a junior with Lyman Memorial. We should even say that.
Well, I'll tell you what, Lyman also has a very young team this year. Lyman traditionally has a very good, strong baseball team, and Marty Gomez, their coach, who is in his 35th year of coaching this year, has actually come out and said that it's going to be interesting this year because a lot of these kids have played baseball, but they've never played at the varsity level. So we'll see how this goes for them as well. We got 2 young teams this afternoon.
Pitch number 1 is high. Ball 1. Pitch number 2 from Webster. Called strike. 1-1.
Griswold coming off a 6-0 win against Wyndham on Saturday morning, and Lyman getting beat by St. Bernard's 2-1 in a real close game on Saturday as well.
Game. Here's the pitch. It's bouncer to short. Should be a routine play. Up with it. Scoop over at first. Nice dig out of the dirt there by A.J. Hamill. 2 down. Coming up now for Lyman Memorial, Michael Incantro, number 13, a sophomore. He is their shortstop.
By the way, that was Chris Tanucci at shortstop who made that nice play. Kind of a handle hop, but AJ picked it up and made that out.
Webster looking in at the sign. Here comes the first pitch. Ball is high, a little bit outside maybe. 1-0. Near we forget, Merch, you have yet to work with Van, the Cam Man.
I have yet to work with Van, so today's nice introduction to that.
He's running the camera for you, too. Swing and a miss. On a ball outside, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Michael Incantro is the Lyman Hall Bulldogs shortstop this afternoon. Sports the number 13, third batter in the lineup. 1
ball, 1 strike. Webster working a little slow, and then Encanto's going to say, "Nah, I'm going to think about this for a minute and step out."
Webster's a junior pitcher out there for the Wolverines.
Did I just say freshman?
No, earlier you did, but nope. So you don't have to correct something that you didn't make a mistake on, Mike. Ooh, there's a shot.
There's a shot to left field, but another should be routine play.
Gavin D'Amico out there in left field.
Pulls it in.
Yeah, makes 2 nice plays out there in first inning.
So 3 up, 3 down for Lyman Memorial. A couple of solid hit balls there, Merch.
Yeah, there were. But hey, it's early. There's a lot to go here, and doesn't matter how solid it's hit as long as it ends up in the glove, Mike.
That's for sure. So let's talk about some of our sponsors, the people that make it possible for us to be here. Any sporting broadcast, whether it's here or on the road. Of course, one of them can't help it, the Jewett City Savings Bank. How many locations now, Merch?
We have 7 locations.
7 locations.
7, and they're all from Pawcatuck to Putnam. It's from one P to another.
One P to another.
That's right.
Up and down the coast. The Jewett City Savings Bank has been there since day one for Wolverine Radio / SN Radio, as we've made our transition through the years. And Kevin, thank you to you and the bank for being there for us.
It is
seriously.
It is our pleasure, Mike. We support Griswold High School sports. We support your radio station. SN has been great to the community, and we're just happy to be a part of it.
Well, we certainly appreciate it, and we're glad to do it. And I'm just thrilled. I mean, how often have we talked in the last couple of weeks, just back and forth through emails, about just being pumped and excited about getting back and working together? It's been 2 years.
It has been.
In a normal year, like in December, we start a 4-month countdown.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous today. I can feel myself a little jittery because we haven't done this in a while, and it's funny because at the end of the last season we did, when we did both baseball and softball, we were like clicking like clockwork. We would just we worked together so well, and there was. It was just so routine for us, and we really, really enjoyed ourselves. And I never had so much fun as when we did some games together. So it's just really exciting to be back here and watch these kids play, and just to see them out on the field is just a blessing. Thank goodness we're where we are right now.
And we got a little bit of Rob Zombie music being played in the background. Rock and roll. All right, here we go. The bottom of the first. Griswold coming up to bat. We're going to see Sean Garvin, Chris Tanucci, and Evan Gilgenbach, who's the designated hitter, who's going to be batting for the pitcher, Nolan Webster.
We have Ben Darrow on the mound for the Lyman Bulldogs this afternoon. Again, young team. Darrow's a sophomore.
Griswold's pretty young themselves.
They're very young. Sean Garvin's a freshman himself.
First 2 batters are freshmen.
Yep.
All right, here's the first pitch from the Lyman hurler. And that is a strike in the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike. I got to tell you, dude, I hate these masks. I can't stand them. Because I got to lick my lips a lot. It's inside 1-1. To turn pages and stuff, because I get the willies when it comes to paper.
Turn pages with your lips, Michael. That's not good.
We all have our hang-ups.
Yeah, I know. Everybody's got their little idiosyncrasies, huh?
People up there. What's Minarski doing? Oh, he's just licking the pages.
Goodness. Turning another page.
They taste like them wafers you get at church.
Oh boy, let's get back to the game.
1-1 the count. Ball is outside and low.
We're starting to get back to where we left off, I think, Mike.
Merch, we'll be fine. It's like riding a bike.
I hope so. What a beautiful day, huh? What a great day for a game.
Let's play 2. Ooh, I plunked him. It was a curveball that kind of didn't curve.
Well, the Griswold guys got their walk-up songs today. Courtesy of Sid.
Sid, the scoreboard kid. Who's doing the, is that your brother? That's you. What do you got it on? You are I almost said, Sid, you're the man. But
high tech.
Well, you've been doing this for 4 years now, haven't you?
Now this is my first year doing the I did the scoreboard 2 years ago.
All right, so 3 years we've known you.
I wasn't around freshman year. My freshman year. So
I give up. I never know, apparently.
1 year. And then we had that a little thing called the pandemic.
Yeah, little thing called a pandemic.
And then I missed a year. And now back. This is the second year.
Ball outside to Tanucci, and it looks like they're trying to keep Garvin close over at first.
So I just actually remembered, Mike, that we're videoing this game too. I'm so used to having to almost call every pitch, and you almost don't have to do that as much when you have.
Here it comes. Van, did you get it? Ooh, that almost knocked the guy in the head.
That reminded me of a game a couple of years ago against New London, Mike. Remember when that ball came back in here?
That was the craziest thing.
Oh my God!
It came right over, and Murch saved my life.
Like this,
right over, and then boom, he caught it right with his hand.
Mr. Minarski was underneath the scorer's table. Yeah.
Here's the pitch high, 2-1. Doesn't look like Garvin's going anywhere quite yet, even though he's getting a pretty decent lead over there. There's a pickoff attempt, but he gets back safely.
Tanucci still looking for his first hit of the season.
It's about the third or fourth pickoff attempt over at first. Thanks for joining us on SNSN, on our Facebook page, and also on YouTube. Hope you enjoy the game today. Swing and a miss on Tanucci. Evens the count at 2-2.
Chris walked and scored a run in Saturday's win over the Wyndham Whippets.
Pitching from the stretch, 2-2. And there is a line out to center field. And Garvin had to hustle back, but the ball gets away, but the catcher backs him up.
Tell you what, Mike, that was a really hard shot by Tanucci. He hit that ball right on the nose, directly to center fielder. If there's anywhere either side of him, would have been in for two, I think.
Yeah. One down brings up Evan Gilgenbach batting from the left-hand side, number 21. He had a heck of a game pitching against Wyndham.
Tell you what, pitched
Almost
six
had a
and
no-hitter.
6 1/3 innings with no hit ball. The Wyndham team got a hit in the bottom of the 7th with 1 out. He also had a double in that game, and he had 15 strikeouts. And out of the 18 batters or 19 batters he had faced, he had 15 strikeouts.
Swing and a miss, strike one.
I shouldn't say batters, 19 outs he faced. He had 15 strikeouts. What a terrific game. He was so on spot on Saturday. It was crazy.
He's got another year to go.
He does. Coach Jameson thinks that he will evolve into one of the best pitchers in the ECC, even as early as this year, but certainly by next year. He has a lot of confidence in Evan and the way he throws the ball, and just a smart kid. He knows how to put the ball where he wants to, and he's going to be a good player. And he is a good player, but he's going to be a better pitcher, and he's a good hitter as well. He had a double in Saturday's game.
We've obviously didn't get to see him last year, but we saw him as a freshman, and he was pretty impressive then.
He was.
Swing and a miss, 0-2. Darrow took a little bit off that pitch. A little high and outside out of the strike zone, too. So, if you're watching this game on Facebook or on YouTube, we'd appreciate if you shared it, because you never know who would want to watch Griswold versus Lyman Memorial this afternoon. Foul back. Just over the backstop.
That was one of those funny ones. Mike just made it over the top. Might even hit the top of that rail.
Count stays at 0-2. One down on a sharp fly out to center field from Tanucci.
Colin Mitchell, another freshman on deck.
Garvin on first. He was hit by a pitch from a curveball that didn't arc. He's really worried about him over there, isn't he?
He is. And again, this is everybody's first or second time out now. His first time, obviously, Ben Darrow, his first time on the mound. in a live game in a couple of years. So everybody's got those butterflies out there.
Well, actually, this is probably Darrow's first
high
varsity
school
game.
You're absolutely right. Yep. Anybody who's a sophomore on this field, it's their first game.
There he goes, swing and a miss, strike 3, and strike him out, throw him out. Gilgenbach goes down swinging, and Garvin gets caught stealing. So they get out of it.
Nice throw by the catcher. It was a close play at second base. I honestly thought he might have been
I thought he got in there a little bit.
But the umpire was right on it. So, hey.
All right, so we have played 1 inning. Nothing is the score. Lyman Memorial coming up to bat in the top of the second. Another one of our wonderful sponsors, and I don't say that sarcastically. I really mean that, is the Burns Agency. Burns Agency Insurance in Norwich and in Dayville. Again, been with us for years. Jay Burns and his entire team at the Burns Agency. You'll buy better at Burns. All you got to do is go to theburnsagency.com or burnsagency.com and find out why. You'll buy better at Burns. Also, the Griswold Dental Associates on Slater Avenue here in the town of Jewett City. They're actually still in the borough. They're just like right on that line. Dr. K and his team. He doesn't have employees. He has team members. If you talk to Dr. Katzoff, he'll tell you, no, they're all my team.
I like that.
It's a great way. And they have you can tell everybody's really happy there. And their slogan, "We'll make you smile."
Well, isn't that unique?
Well, I gotta say, Kevin, really from a personal standpoint, they did a lot for me. They've done a lot for my family as well, as far as dental work, and it's always a good job and a great atmosphere.
Nothing better than that team concept, Mike. We all know that.
Very true.
You win as a team, you lose as a team, but most of the time you win as a team.
Yep.
Especially in business, people don't understand that in business. That teamwork is so important.
So we're going to the top of the second right now. Lyman Memorial coming up to bat. We've got Cropley, Russo, and Griffin. 4, 5, 6 hitters in the lineup to face Nolan Webster. We've got him 1, 2, 3 in the first. I'm still used to calling radio.
Well, I've never done anything other, so I'm really new at this, Mike. Jason Cropley is the first baseman for Lyman, and he is the only senior on their starting lineup.
He kind of nubs one off to the right side.
Just off the end of the bat. Kind of one of those spinners with a lot of English on it.
Why did they say that? A lot of English.
I don't know where English came from.
There's a pop-up. It's going to be fouled and out of play to the right-hand side.
It's a mile high.
Yeah. Sure jacked that up in there, didn't he? No balls and 2 strikes.
Cropley's Lyman's cleanup batter. Pretty big kid. He's got some size there. I don't know if I'd want him have him hit me a line drive.
Looks like he's about 6'1", maybe.
He's built too. He looks like a strong kid.
0-2 the count. Webster going to step off the rubber.
There's been a lot of timeouts. Pitcher stepping off the rubber. Batter. Cropley just called timeout to get his feet set again.
Do you think maybe they just haven't gotten into a groove yet so early in the season?
I think so. It is early, and you're just not as comfortable right now. I mean, this is everyone's first few innings, their first time at bat, long time in a live game. So everybody's getting their bearings.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Pop up. It's going to go to the center fielder. And easily put away by Evan Ganley. Ryan Ganley, I'm sorry. I cannot read my own writing.
I'm glad I didn't write it for you. You'd really be fumbling around over there.
1 down, top of the second.
Jared Russo, third baseman, another freshman for Lyman.
Ray Churchill just commented in the room, said, Mike and the merch. Don't forget Van on the Van Cam and Sid, the scoreboard kid.
First pitch in the dirt from Webster.
Just on the outside corner on that one, 1-1.
That was kind of nice frame by that guy in back of the plate. Who
is that kid? You know?
I have no idea who that kid is, but he looks pretty good out there, I have to say.
Steals people's names, nicknames.
Yeah, kid, that was a little outside. Couldn't frame that one.
1-2. 2-1, excuse me. We are at Griswold High School. Beautiful day for baseball. We couldn't ask for a better day to have our first game of the year.
Do I smell something cooking, Mike?
Could be hot dogs. There's a base hit up the middle. That's the first hit of the ball game.
Good solid base hit, too. Yep. No question about that one. Say a freshman coming out there and get his base hit his first time up. Can't find a better way to start the season, can you?
No, think about it. I mean, because we're talking about the years. He was in seventh grade.
He was in seventh grade.
Last time he played.
Last time he played well. Yeah, probably.
Dylan Griffin, the left fielder, 26. He's a junior. Coming up with one down. There's a little squibber off the bat straight back. See, that wouldn't be a squibber. That I called that. It's not even, doesn't even have any English on it. It was just a foul ball back. No balls, one strike. Here's the pitch from Webster. And in the hole, nice pickup, but he's going to beat it out. And Hamill is going to have the ball get by him, so everyone's going to move up a base. Second and third now for Lyman Memorial.
I'm actually not sure why.
Why he went to first?
Nietzsche went to first because he actually had to play at second, I think, and then he made an error by throwing the ball away to Hamill.
So call that E6. So Russo now on third, and Griffin is on second. And Lyman is threatening with the pitcher, Ben Darrow. Inside ball one. If you're watching and you have a comment, you can always put it in the chat group. Please do. There's a specific athlete you're cheering for. Darrow ropes one into left field towards the line. That is going to score one. Here comes Griffin, and he's in as well. 2-0 Lyman Memorial. An RBI single.
All right. 2 RBIs for Darrow and that nice hit to left field. And keep in mind that when St. Bernard beat Lyman on Saturday 2-1, Lyman was 1 hit. So they already have 2 hits here in this top of the second inning.
Jameson on the mound talking to his infield. What is that noise, Sid?
I'm still learning how to do this. Yelling at me. I don't know why.
So yeah, if you're rooting for a specific athlete, put them in the chat group. Put their name so we can see who you're rooting for, whether it's someone from Griswold or someone from Lyman Memorial.
Well, Ben Darrow really helped his cause on the mound by having a 2-run single there.
Yep.
Nice hit, too. It was a nice line drive to left. No chance of getting, obviously, either runner at home, firstly the first one, but
it's a toss back to first. Darrow doesn't look like he's a threat to run. I don't know, but
yeah, he's a pretty husky kid.
Yep. Nick
Got those.
Oops, sorry.
I was going to say he's got those pitcher's legs. You know, those strong thighs.
Nick Ortiz with a rocket down to third baseline, but just foul by about a foot or two.
thank goodness for the Griswold faithful.
I'll tell you.
They've been hitting a lot to left field there. They're solid hits, so they're getting around on Webster.
Well, Webster's not overpowering, as a pitcher, so
Got to hit your spots. And again, it's first game of the year, second inning.
this is first shot pitching too. Swing and a miss, but that ball's going to get through Merchant's legs, and Darrow's going to move up to second on a passed ball. Sorry, Merch.
Yeah, well, hit the good to the bad. I think it hit the dirt, but I think that it was certainly catchable. Might have fooled Evan behind there. I don't know. He doesn't let that happen too often.
Here's the pitch from Webster.
That was a better stop.
Low and outside. 1 ball, 2 strike, 1 out here in the top of the second. Lyman Memorial has struck first. They're up by 2-0 early. Looks like he's got a little case of the nerves, perhaps.
Yeah, he's having a little trouble finding the play. It looks like he's starting to aim a little bit, which again is not unusual when you start throwing a few balls and
right.
You don't have that real comfort out there on the mound because it's just so early in the year.
2 balls, 2 strikes, and there's a
this could be trouble.
Looper, and it's going to drop. That's going to be a base hit for Nick Ortiz. And Darrow is going to move to third.
I thought that D'Amico might have gotten a jump on that and come up and make a good catch, but
played it safe. But now they can play for the double play as they have Bennett Murphy coming up to bat, the right fielder. It's junior. You talk about Lyman being a young team. Well, Griswold's pretty much a young team as well.
Very young team. Very young.
Runners on the corners. Strike 1. Webster still not out of the woods yet.
I'd like to keep that runner at third. Getting down 3-0. A little bit tougher mountain to climb.
I'm surprised the infield's not in. Or do you think they're just playing double play depth? There's a pop up in the infield, but that's going to actually end up over towards the dugout on the Griswold side, 0-2. So are they playing double play depth there, Merch?
Yeah.
And give up the run?
Well, again, get the double play.
Yeah.
You don't give up a run. It's the 9th batter, too, so I'm thinking they're not terribly threatened by a long shot, long hit.
I think he's looking for, he needs a punch out here.
Well, that certainly would be what the doctor ordered, that's for sure.
See if he brings the curveball. See, 0-2. Here's the pitch from Webster. It is a fastball base hit. D'Amico with a good stab, so it didn't get behind him. Another run scores, 3-0 as Bennett gets an RBI.
And they're hitting everything down the left field line, and they're roping the ball too. So they're really on to Webster, and I think this might be it for him. Coach Jameson's back coming towards the mound, so he may be.
That's 4 hits in a row.
Yeah.
No, excuse me, 3 out of 4 actually, because five people reached on base in a row because Dylan Griffin got on via an error.
Right.
Jared Russo had a base
and that
hit.
actually could have been called a fielder's choice and then an error, because I think that Tanucci actually had a play which would have put a whole dent in this whole thing if he could have gotten that lead runner at second base, and he chose to throw to first, and he threw wild to first. So just put us in the hole a little bit more. But again, they had Webster's number out there in this inning, and Jameson isn't going to take that any further.
Looks like we do have a pitching change. 28. Sean Garvin.
Another freshman who throws the ball pretty hard. For a young player, he throws the ball hard. Got some good stuff. Came up through the Jewett City system as a very good ball player.
Now, was Webster out of the game, or did
Webster did come out of the game?
Okay. Yeah, just throw the ball a little bit harder, as you can see. Again, thanks for everyone that is watching the game on the live stream today. Mike Minarski and Kevin Merchant, along with Sid, the scoreboard kid, and Van, the cam man, bringing you this ball game today. Share the broadcast, because you never know who's going to want to see this ball game. Griswold taking on. They may not even know that it's on. Unfortunately, there is no softball coverage today. There's no softball coverage for Griswold.
We got some changes here.
Some wholesale changes on the. Looks like Nolan Webster went to third.
Is he at third?
Yeah.
Cade Rubino, I believe, is at second base now.
So the third. So it looks like Colin Mitchell's who came out.
Oh.
So we'll see who bats where.
It's foul ball, wasn't it?
That's what I thought.
It sounded like it hit the bat. They did not call it a foul ball.
It looks like AJ Hamill came out of the game. I think Sid, the scoreboard kid, just said that. Who's playing first? He was, yeah. I can't see the number on the first baseman.
Unfortunately, we don't get these wholesale changes up in the booth.
No, I got to kind of figure out as they go.
Back to the top of the order, Mike, with Jeremiah Bobby, who flew out to left field back in the first, which was just last inning.
So we got Ortiz on third, Murphy on second. And that's going to be right in the, oh, nice stop at short in the hole, but a run's going to score, bringing Ortiz in 4-0. Murphy's going to go to third. Call that an infield hit.
A single, right between short and third, right in the hole. Yeah. No play. Mitchell didn't have anywhere to go on that one.
Brings up Josh Pearson, his second time up. His first time up. He grounded to short.
Josh is catcher today, and he actually pitched the game against St. Bernard's. Only gave up 4 hits last Saturday, so he's a pitcher catcher, which you don't see very often.
There he goes on a foul ball. Let's see, that was Bobby off and running.
Yeah. I can't imagine they'll throw to second.
No.
And take the chance of runner from third scoring, but we'll see what Coach Jameson wants to do here. Long inning for the Wolverines, that's for sure.
First inning was bang, 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 and then he starts running again, and Merchant does not throw to second, so now we have runners in second and third, straight up steal for Jeremiah Bobby. So that takes the force off, and you've got runners on second and third. Still only one out.
One out. That's the killer.
You get 2 strikes on Pearson. Infield is now in. Pop up. That's coming straight behind us. Are all the vehicles out of the way? Remember that merch softball game?
I do. I do. Right over here in back of us, or on the side of us, right in. Yep.
I just watched the ball go right over my head and right through my windshield.
Softball.
But I had windshield coverage through the Burns agency, so I'm good. Curveball, and you're gonna come home with it, and they're gonna get him easily. Nice throw by Webster to get him out.
And nice play by Evan at the plate.
Junior Murch.
They really needed that one, I'll tell you.
Yeah, they did. So Murphy is out at the plate.
Fielder's choice for Pearson, who was on first base. And
Bobby has moved to third.
They really need to get out of this inning. The way it's been going, it's almost fortunate they are only down 4 right now.
And another one going, and they did not throw that pitch down to second either. So Pearson steals second base. So now they got second and third again. But now they have 2 outs, so they can pitch to the batter and the infield at normal depth. Strike. 1-1. Sid's got a sandwich. You notice that? Merch.
Yeah,
we have no sandwich.
I thought I smelled something.
Yeah, we have
really
no
good.
sandwich.
Yeah.
But Sid's got a sandwich. Fouling out of play to the right-hand side. I think we can take her.
Ay. You're hungry, huh, Mike?
No.
Oh.
No.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Encontro, who flied out to left field first time up.
This is the 9th batter of the inning. One ball, 2 strikes. They need a punch out to go to the it would be feel good to go into the to the dugout, but it's outside. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 4-0 here in the top of the second inning. Lyman over Griswold.
That's a good pitch by Garvin, though. Just on the outside, just a little outside the corner, off the black. But good attempt at making Encontro.
There's a base hit. Here comes D'Amico. He's going to come to the plate. It's cut off. And another run's going to score. So Lyman has now batted around, scored 5 runs. That's Murphy that came in. No, I'm sorry. That was Jeremiah Bobby that came in.
Along with Josh Pearson.
So that is actually 6-0. And Encontro with a base hit. It's 5 hits this inning. So let's go to Jason Cropley, who started the whole inning off. And there's a base hit into left field through the hole. And almost knocked around by D'Amico a little bit, but the ball got back in swiftly. So that is Encantro's 2nd hit of the inning. No, I messed that up. I'm sorry. That was Cropley.
Yeah, that was Cropley.
It's been a while. It's been 2 years since we've done this. So. And Encantro's on second.
Yeah, I believe that's the 7th or 8th hit of the inning.
Because you got to go to the next column now.
7th hit, right.
Inside, but apparently it caught the inside corner. 1-1. They need to get this batter here before it's already getting out of hand for the Wolverines, who had such a great game against Wyndham on Saturday. Strike two.
It's all about the pitching sometimes, Mike.
Yeah.
And Gillenbach just had it going. Evan Merchant says the easiest game he's ever had to catch because he hit the glove, he hit the mitt every time.
1-2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Garvin, way outside the ball, gets away from Merchant. The runner's going to move up to second and third. So Encantro is going to move to third, and Cropley on over to second.
They really have to put an end to this here because a couple more runs will just be devastating.
There's a bouncer to short. Throws it over to first, and they got him. So they finally got out of it as Russo bounces out 6-3 to end the second inning. Or the top of the second. We're going to go to the bottom of the second. 6-0. Lyman.
Yeah, 6 runs on 7 hits, and all pretty solid hits too. There were no cheap ones that inning. So
not at all.
Griswold pitching, a little rough. Still early in the year. Still a lot of kids out here for the first or second time ever on the varsity field. So we'll see how this goes.
You know, it's kind of like basketball. Basketball this year. When the first couple of games, the kids were really just kind of feeling their way, and they got better as the year went on. And I'm assuming that's going to be, the same thing with the Wolverines. They are young; they're very young, and again, you got kids that haven't played in 2 years.
Right.
There were some leagues, though, were there not, Merch? There were some leagues that did play, like AAU.
Baseball?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They did. They had AAU played some games. Griswold had a 16 or 17 and under team that played games, which Coach Jameson actually coached. And a number of the kids on the Griswold team this year did play this past summer.
Yeah.
So they were able to get out in the field and kind of remember how to play the game.
Sid, what was that music? What was that song? It was Metallica, huh?
Number 12, Colin Mitchell.
Sid, the scoreboard kid, is just multi-talented. Darrow back on the hill for Lyman. Swing and a miss. From Mitchell.
Oh, Wolverines just come back and then kind of dig away. Just a little bit of time, chip away at that lead. Get some runners on, see what happens.
That break between innings, too, could affect Darrow as well. This is only his second inning as well.
Right.
And he had a long break from first to second. It's ahead of Mitchell, though, 1-2.
Again, Darrow's young, too. He hasn't a lot of, first time on the varsity mound. He's a sophomore.
Swing and a miss. Got him.
That was a nice outside corner there. Got Mitchell. Again, Mitchell's a freshman. A lot of young kids. A lot of young kids, and even the kids who are a little bit older have not played in a couple of years.
All right, Kevin, we got to have a talk. The Merch walking up to Britney Spears.
Oh,
come on. There's a fly ball to right center, and that's going to drop for a base hit. First pitch swinging, kind of reached for that as well. You know what? Keep playing the Britney Spears song. If it works.
Well, that's good. Evan was 1 for 2 on Saturday, so he kind of continues that.
And that is the first hit.
Going.
That's the first hit for the Wolverines
Griswold
today. Here's Ganley, who's now playing third base, correct? No, center field.
I thought Webster was playing third.
I don't even know.
Sure.
I don't even
Where's
know.
Mitchell playing now? Because he was playing third, so I'm not sure where he went either.
We even got a DH. We don't know where. So Cade Rubino is up next. He's in for Hamill came out.
He took Hamill's spot. Trouble.
That's going to be. They're not going to get him.
Yeah, base hit.
And that ball's going to get away, and that's going to send Merchant to third. Some heads-up base running there by Evan Merchant. Watched the play the entire time. Moved it on over to third. So we got Ganley at first. Would you call that a base hit or E6?
No, it was base hit.
Base hit, yeah.
He beat that out. They would have never gotten him.
Here's Cade Rubino. It's his first at-bat today. Has runners on first and third. One down.
First at-bat with a varsity uniform on. He didn't play on Saturday, I believe. Yeah, Ganley's got to play it safe at first. Griswold's too far down to take any risks right now. Just play the game, one base to another. Don't do anything you're sorry for.
Cade takes it high over his head.
Yeah, just chip away a little bit at a time.
Yep.
Move the runners around base to base. Play smart.
Darryl likes throwing over to first. He did that a lot in the first inning.
Yeah, he's a little. I don't know if he's a little nervous.
I was just going to say, is it nervous energy? Or?
Yeah, by that lead. Just wants to keep him close. I'm not sure.
Squares the bunt, but the ball is high over his head, and Ganley is going to be out at second base. Caught stealing. Was that 2-6?
Yeah. And I'm not sure if Merchant was supposed to be
on the move
on that since the ball went to second. He certainly, I think, would have scored. He's got the wheels.
So instead of having first and third, one out, you got a runner on third with 2 outs and a 2-1 count on Cade Rubino, who is a freshman playing second base. Also plays basketball. Like most of these kids, they play more than one sport.
At Griswold, they do, for sure. The size school that they have.
Yeah, a base hit from Rubino. That's going to knock in Merchant. Griswold on the board.
Kind of question that steal. I kind of question why we would do that. Just too risky. You're 6 runs down. You don't run into an out like that.
To the plate for the Wolverines, number 24, Gavin D'Amico.
Second hit of the inning, well, third, really, for the Wolverines. So they're swinging the bat a little bit.
Yep. It's actually a third hit in a row.
I got a funny story about Cade Rubino, actually. We're doing a basketball game, and Cade plays for the JV team, and he was he's caught in between. Where do we go now?
Apparently, that's
Man in the middle.
why Darryl throws over there, because he's got a good move and certainly did surprise Cade Rubino.
So that's going to wrap it up for the Wolverines. They do get 1 run on 3 hits. 3 hits, 1 run, 1 left on base.
Bad base running, I think, in that inning.
They took themselves out of the inning.
Yeah, they did. And when you're 6 runs down, you gotta have safe base running.
Yeah.
When it's 1-0 and you want to try to make something happen, that's one thing. But not when it's 6-0. You got to go base to base.
So here's the rest of that story about Cade Rubino. We're doing a basketball game, and the varsity team for their warm ups. And so the varsity, the JV kids will come up, they'll sit up on the bench, so when they're ready to, when they're out of the locker room in between games. So they're playing a song like Sid's playing right now, like a country song, kind of whatever, jamming a little bit. Well, Cade Rubino is jamming it. I mean, he's like jumping up and down, dancing and stuff like that. So what do you think I did? Well, I videotaped him.
Yeah, sure.
Sent it to his parents.
That's right.
I said, "This is what your son does in between games." It was so funny. And then, and all Cade's mother said to me back, she messaged me back and said, "I didn't know we could dance like that."
That's funny. Kids will be kids.
Yeah.
Just got to know there's cameras everywhere these days.
Yeah, but you
There's
know what?
Cameras everywhere.
We use the cameras for good. We want to showcase the kids, show them as athletes, show them in a good light. That's what we try to do here at SNSN. Even the visiting team. I gotta say that we've had really great schools treat us very well in the ECC.
Very accommodating.
Lyman being one of them.
Yeah, very
Lyman Memorial
accommodating.
being one of them.
Very respectful.
Yep.
You're only one of very, very few radio / now TV stations that broadcast high school games.
There's a first pitch swinging. Nice.
Wow, did he catch that? He must have dropped
No, he did not.
Wow, Corey Smith out there in right field. He almost got that catch. He came diving in. Looked like he had it, and when he got up, you realized that he was looking for the ball.
Didn't. That would have been it was a great effort anyway.
Base hit, I believe.
So Dylan Griffin?
Yeah. I don't know if it's Dylan or Dalen. It was a little different spelling there, but either way, that Griffin kid just got a base hit to right field.
Here's Bendero, the pitcher. Quick toss. Very quick toss. Over to first.
Dara he actually had a base hit last time up.
He had a two-run base hit.
Yeah, I was going to say he started. The rally, but he did not. He was way down in the middle of the rally.
Strike one. There are people coming and going on the video stream. Say hello. Tell us where you're from. Tell us who's your player. And there he goes. Merchant throws down, and he's going to be in standing. And knocked off the bag. And Tanucci tried to jump back at him, but to no avail. As that kid Griffin, as we said.
Yep.
Stolen base. Oh, and 2. Here comes Lyman with a runner in scoring position. So he just waved at that. Strike 3, swing and a miss. Totally got fooled on that one. So Darrow will take a seat, one down. Brings up Nick Ortiz. Had a base hit and a run and scored in the second.
Lyman's second baseman, Ortiz. Garvin's pretty deliberate out there, a little too deliberate. Ortiz steps out.
Was there a Mrs. Murch sighting?
I believe so. She just came up and tapped me and took off.
There she is. Curveball. Foul. Straight back. So you got a kick out of our show yesterday morning doing all that ASMR stuff.
I did with your new
New young man.
Yes, new young man.
Yeah.
What's his name? Austin? Is it
Austin. Yeah.
Austin. See, pretty good.
Yeah. And he's going to third. Merchant whips it down there, and the ball gets away into left field. D'Amico picks it up, just holds it. Now he's going to chuck it back in. But Griffin, a couple of stolen bases. He's gone from first to third. So he introduced us to this thing called ASMR, where it's basically just talking like this.
Oh, that. I didn't know what you were talking about, but I did remember you doing
making little noises like. Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That's 2 Ks.
Yeah, 2 Ks in a row for Sean Garvin. That's a little better than what we saw last inning.
You got Bennett Murphy coming up now.
Who also had a hit last inning.
Base hit.
9th batter playing right field.
Mm-hmm. And he got chucked out at the plate.
He did.
Bounced to third.
He did.
There's a strike. Looks like
having a 0 on the scoreboard for this half inning would surely give the Wolverines a little bit of a boost in confidence, especially after they had 3 hits in a row last inning.
Garvin's getting into a little bit of a rhythm. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Quickly, 0-2. See if the Wolverines can strand the runner at third.
Like I said, that would be a little bit of a morale confidence booster there.
Sure. We got 1 run back last inning.
Yep.
Here's the pitch. Outside and high.
Good spot, though. Good spot to throw outside and high.
Good waist pitch.
Yeah.
Yep. See if he'll chase it.
Yep.
1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Gets him swinging.
Strike out the sides. Not bad for a young man out there on the mound.
That is something that you want to see. That's a good inning for the Wolverines. Hopefully that'll
especially after a lead off base hit. You get a lead off base hit, and then you strike the next 3 batters out.
Yeah.
That's a real plus.
So I want to thank Griswold Pride for supporting Wolverine baseball right here on SNN. SN, bang, bang, bang. Hear the song? I timed it like that. We are always broadcasting from the Griswold Pride broadcast booth like we are right now. Look at the amenities in this broadcast booth from Griswold Pride.
Well, compared to what was in here 2 years ago, Mike, this is like living in luxury right now. I think Coach Jameson spent some time and did some work, and it's pretty luxurious.
They took care of us. The Griswold Pride organization, PRIDE. You know what that stands for, Kevin? It's the partnership to reduce the influence of drugs for everyone. Here's some bad news. Here's some bad news when it comes to drugs right now. And this is something that I've learned from Griswold Pride. People are buying, of course, marijuana on the streets, correct? They are now finding cases of it being laced with fentanyl. So Griswold Pride wants to get that message out there, just to be careful. And parents, please do not provide either drugs or alcohol. Go to griswoldpride.org for more. And then
it's a great organization. Miranda Mahoney is an amazing executive director.
Yep, she has made it hers. Between her, she does a lot of work with us. She does a lot of work with Jewett City Savings Bank too, does she?
Sure, she does. Yeah.
Also, Matt's Mission. All right, we got D'Amico leading off, and then we're going to see Corey Smith, who's on the on-deck circle. Bendero still on the mound. They said he went around on a ball in the dirt. No balls, 1 strike on D'Amico.
Yeah, Gav got a little fooled on that one, I think. A little anxious. Again, up there for the first time today, and just a little anxious. You want to get that base hit. There you go. There he
Gavin
goes.
sends a base hit into
Yes.
left field, and that's going to get by the left fielder, but the center fielder was right there to make sure it didn't go any further. So swift base hit for Gavin D'Amico. Corey Smith, the right fielder.
Number 26, Corey Smith.
As we hear Sid the Kid go ahead and announce him. He had one heck of a almost shoestring catch last inning. He's lucky. He's lucky that ball
Lucky.
was thrown on the right field side of first base. Because he was halfway down the line.
Yeah, base running's been a little suspect here for the Wolverines. I think they're trying to get a little too fancy out there. And Gavin almost got the catcher's attention again.
Yeah.
It's okay to force a throw every once in a while, but
Well, Smith is up on the count. 2 balls, no strikes.
yeah, again, don't do anything that you're sorry for.
Squares the bunt, pulls back, and they're still going to throw. And, just got in, and the Lyman catcher not happy with that call. He thought he had him.
Good throw. You know, like kind of a backdoor throw.
Pearson thought he had him. 3 balls, no strikes. It's taken all the way. We're down the pipe. Strike 1. So, Sid, you play any sports?
I do not. I
You
work
do-
2 jobs.
2 jobs? What are you, 16?
I'm 18.
He thought it was ball 4, Smith, but he got called.
On the high side. It was a little bit on the high side, but must have been shoulder high somehow in the strike zone.
He's going to step out now.
Yeah, he's got to collect himself.
Like,
Because he's still a little
What's
bit
up with that?
confused by that last call.
you got 2 jobs, Sid?
I do.
Wow. It's an ambitious kid right here. We knew it. You know, I know, Kevin. We knew it 2 years ago.
We did.
We knew she was going to be an ambitious kid. Do they make your paychecks out to Sid, the scoreboard kid?
Fortunately, they do not.
Swing and a miss, strike 3.
That was tough after being up 3-0. Darryl comes back and strikes him out.
So 1 down. Going to go back to the top of the order once again. Sean Garvin, who started the game playing second base, but now he's on the mound and struck out the side last inning. So
Sean was hit by a pitch first time up. Gavin D'Amico is really getting that pitcher and catcher's attention over there at first base.
And you know what? He's getting the uniform dirty. Go
He
get him, Gav.
Certainly is.
Go get him. And there's a bounce here to short. Could be
a
2
trouble. Yep.
to second to first. And they got him
Boy.
by less than a half a step. So 6-4-3 double play. That erases Gavin D'Amico and, of course, Garvin. So we're going to go to the top of the 4th inning, 6-1, Lyman Memorial. A little bit of Bruce Springsteen in the background. So we have a question in the group. Is this JV or varsity? This is a varsity game, Irene.
I don't believe they have a JV
They do
team.
not have a JV team. That is correct, Mr. Merchant.
Mr. Merchant.
Yeah.
I don't know when anyone has ever called me that.
Well, once in a while I do. Is this the first year? You know, one of the things, Merch, is that they had this year fielding a lot of kids for different sports. So it was good to see that the softball team won 15-0, even on a mercy rule.
Yeah,
against Wyndham.
Yeah, softball team is I think is going to be another young type team. If you talk to Coach Aramoni, even between the first time they came out on the field in the first game, they have they have come leaps and bounds. And you know what? He kind of has a way of making kids reach their potential and sometimes playing beyond their potential. But yeah, that was a nice opening day win for the girls, who I believe must be at Lyman today, right, Mike?
They are.
Yep,
They are.
And as you said, there's no coverage out there today.
Well, I know there's no Griswold coverage. Griswold's not covering them on the road. I don't know about Lyman Memorial, but I believe Mr. Curvino did make a comment on one of the social media posts saying that that Lyman was not streaming. So, Irene says she'd like to see the girls softball play. Well, Irene, I got to tell you, Griswold High School is handling all of the softball games this year, especially at home. They're doing it with their own broadcast team, and I'm sure they'll get some great coverage.
Top of the order, Jeremiah Bobby back up. He is 1 for 2 so far today as we start the top of the 4th inning. Scored back in the 2nd. Everybody scored back in the 2nd. Almost everybody scored back in the 2nd.
Strike 2.
Tell you what, Sean Garvin
one,
has found
sorry.
a little groove here. As you said, he looks like he's feeling really comfortable out there. Hitting the spots as I see Evan move around behind the plate.
So just to go ahead, Irene, and continue with the answer to your question that you didn't know that. That's quite okay. I'm sure they'll get some great coverage from Griswold, the Griswold Sports Programming Network. They call themselves GSPN. So they're going to be covering their home games. They don't know what their schedule is. If they're going to be doing some away games, maybe we can fit a couple of away games in. Here we go. We're back.
Mix count 1 and 2 on Josh Pearson.
Sorry about that. We sometimes just there are things we don't have control over. That's an internet connection, especially in the booth that we're in. Fly ball to center field. Darrow is out.
That was Josh Pearson.
It's Josh Pearson. See, what do I know?
It's okay.
It's been 2 years, man.
It has. You can't remember everything, Mike. So that's good. Have first out here in the fourth.
Now we got Encantro. And the pitch out, and the runner goes, and he's going to be in there safe. So Bobby's on second. Did I get that right, Merch?
Yeah, you did.
Yes.
He has stolen base back in the second inning too. So it's his second stolen base of the afternoon.
One ball, no strikes. 1-1.
Contra's 1 for 2. He had a single back in the second and fly to left back in the first.
Quick toss back to second.
It's kind of slow motion where he didn't know if he was going to actually make the throw or not make the throw, and made the throw and didn't matter.
Fouled. Just got a piece of it. 1-2. So Irene, I was talking in the chat room with some great comments, saying that she was on the 1985 team, and they took the softball team, the girls softball team, to the state quarterfinals.
Wow.
Said it was the best time of her life.
Very nice.
1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out. Over his head.
Over his head, behind him, almost a noggin jogger.
A noggin jogger. I swear they need to name an IPA a noggin jogger. Look at, how would you know that?
I work at a restaurant.
Oh, okay.
They did. They got it from us. We coined that word.
Yeah.
Back on the softball field.
And there's a rip right
Come on,
down
get
to
it.
third base.
Nice play by is that Webster over there?
Numero 12. That was that's Mitchell, is it not?
Is Mitchell still over there?
Yeah, Mitchell's still on third.
He is. Hard shot though, but nice grab by Colin Mitchell.
So 2 down. Here's Cropley. Cropley had a base hit, and he flied to center.
1 for 2.
Big kid.
He is a big kid. I think we commented on that.
Yeah. About 6'7", I don't know.
At least. 255, 260.
Jeremiah Bobby kind of doing a little dance out there, trying to draw some attention. Is
Kind of a Cade Rubino.
Kate
thing,
Rubino
or-
gave him some attention, yeah.
Give him a few lessons between innings.
No balls, 1 strike. There's a bouncer to third. Mitchell tosses him out.
I think these Wolverines are feeling a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more confident right now. They seem to be a little bit more on track than they were in that
I think so.
atrocious second inning.
Yeah.
Nice play. Nice 2 plays by Colin Mitchell right in a row.
Are you happy to be doing baseball now? We got halfway down through the game there, Merch. What do you think?
I am thrilled. I am thrilled. I wish the score was a little bit different, a little bit closer. But you know what? Baseball is baseball, and you can come out and lose one game 10-1 and come back next game and win it 4-2. Who knows?
And then announced we picked up a new sponsor, Sirac, who works very, very tightly and closely with Griswold Pride and Matt's Mission. So they will be sponsoring Wolverine Sports.
That's great.
For the next year.
It's great to hear.
It's great to have, all these wonderful sponsors, that come on and allow us to go ahead and do what we do so we can make these kids look like superstars. Because once these games are done, Kevin, They can go back in 10 years and rewatch these games.
Yeah.
They're not going anywhere.
I tell Evan that all the time. I said, before you know it, your high school season is over. Your high school career is over because it goes, 4 years takes about 3.5 months.
Yeah.
And he'll always have that to go back on. You guys
Show your
doing
kids.
the basketball games and now baseball games. It's You did soccer also, right, Mike? You did some soccer.
Yes. Volleyball.
Yep.
Who knows, Merch? In 40 years from now, we could have my grandson and Kevin's and Evan's kids doing these games together.
Yeah, and we'll be dead. So that'll be something to look forward to 40 years from now. Yeah, I get where you're going with that. Yep.
Oh, mercy. Oh, God, I don't even know where I am right now.
Chris Tanucci is the batter with a 1-0 count. Still a 6-1 score in the bottom of the fourth. Oh, that was
a little bit high.
Yeah, a nice roundhouse though.
Yeah.
Tanucci was holding back, and it came right across the plate.
Yeah. Line of the day from Kevin Merchant. Well, we'll be dead.
Hey, say it like it is. 40 years. They won't even remember our names in 40 years.
Well, you just think of some of these kids, like Evan will be going, he'll be the new Merch. There we go.
Be his grandkids.
My grandfather used to call these games.
Right. He's been dead 40 years.
They won't even need an internet connection by then. You just click their heels 3 times and everybody will be able to watch it and let some sort of
robots doing it. See, the robots are calling balls and strikes now in some of the minor league. I forgot what.
This is a base hit.
Yeah, base hit by Tanucci. That's great.
Solid shot too, just over the shortstop's head.
Yeah, robots are calling games in. I forgot if it's single A, minor leagues, at some level anyway. And in double A, there's no more shift in baseball. You cannot shift.
Really?
Infielders in double A this year, no shift.
Huh.
Yep. So they're toying with a lot of different things at the minor league level to see how it works.
So the Wolverines trying to get something going here. Gilgenbach up at the plate, the designated hitter.
Evans 0 for 1 with a strikeout back in the first.
Tanucci led off with a base hit. There's Darrow. That's his second toss already just on Tanucci.
He just likes keeping that runner close over there. He really does.
How many stolen bases for the Wolverines today?
0.
There you go. Pitching from the stretch. That ball is high. I think he's getting tired from all the times he threw over to first. He's a high school kid.
Could be. They don't count as pitchers, right?
No. Gilgenbach, threw 88 pitches?
Is that what I didn't know? I didn't hear how many he threw.
Yep.
All I knew is he had 15 strikeouts. So
Mr. Cravino, who was on vacation, a well-earned vacation. I'll tell you, some of these teachers, especially the ones in admin, they've had a hell of a year.
Yeah.
Gilgenbach looks at strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Again, thanks for joining us here on SNSN, on Facebook, as well as YouTube. Popped up. It's going to go right past us. And it hit something that didn't sound good. What did it get? Huh? Oh. Got a vehicle. Oh, sweeping curve. Gilgenbach's going to take a seat.
I would say that Evan got a little bit fooled on that one.
I think we all got a little fooled on that one.
Yeah. Well, you don't see a right-handed pitcher throw a curve to a left-handed batter all that often because it comes right in over the plate. That one didn't even come on the inside low and inside. But maybe that's what he was shooting for, because it came right over the plate, but Evan was totally fooled.
That's the fourth K for Darrow.
Griswold has 5 hits against Darrow so far this afternoon.
Make it 6. I think that's going to drop in. It is. Mitchell's going to be on with a base hit. Tanucci's going to move up to second. Oh, I know who's coming up now. I don't even have to look. Evan Merchant got a base hit and scored the Wolverines' only run. And apparently the only one in a white helmet. That ball's going to get away from the catcher. That definitely is a wild pitch. It bounced probably about 2 feet in front of home plate. And both Tanucci and Mitchell are going to move up. So now, Kevin.
Base hit. This is that chipping away thing. You get a base hit here, driving a run or two.
Mm-hmm.
And, Marty Gomez is out to the mound. See Ben Darrow. Again, astonishing. Marty Gomez for Lyman Memorial High School.
How many years has he been there?
This is his 35th season. That's kind of crazy. And he's had some extremely good years. He's a very well-respected high school baseball coach. Kids love him.
Yeah.
And he's just a great guy. Mike Jameson for Griswold is in his 4th year. That's actually counting. I think last year he was still obviously the coach in the program, but unfortunately there were no games last year.
Yeah.
But he still gets credit for being the head coach of the team at that point.
So Sid the Kid, how did you end up at Plainfield?
I decided that I wanted to be at a smaller school.
Uh-huh.
And I shouldn't say this because I'm at the Griswold field.
That's okay.
But I love Plainfield.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, most Sterling kids go to Plainfield. Yeah. So and Sid lives in Sterling, so Sterling kids.
Oh, I didn't know where you lived.
They gravitate. Okay. No, they gravitate to Plainfield.
Gotcha. No, that's cool. Hey, as long as you like the school, that's all that matters. Merchant with a hot shot down to third base. That's going to score 2 runs. That's going to go all the way to the fence. Merchant's going to end up standing at second with a double, 6-3. Lyman Memorial still leads, but what a shot down the third base line.
That's that hit. It was a good shot. He's had 2 last Saturday's game against Wyndham. He did almost the exact same thing. Had a double down the third base line. So he's got 2 doubles on the season already, and I think he's 3 for 4. He's hitting 750.
Yeah, he's 2 for 2 today.
Yep. And that was a shot, too. That was the hardest hit ball maybe of the game so far.
That's going to bring up Ryan Ganley. With only 1 out, another runner in scoring position.
See, chip away. 6-3 in the 4th inning isn't all that bad. Get Ryan to get a hit or two, a hitter here, and Cade Rubino come back and slide something up the right side.
High and outside. 1-1.
A couple runs like that too will tend to weigh on the pitcher's mind a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Curveball popped up. It's coming back, and that is going to be just inside the fence, but Josh Pearson, the catcher, couldn't get it.
Gave it chase, though. I'll tell you, he came all the way back to the backstop, and it's a long way between home plate and the backstop here in Griswold.
Yeah.
All fields aren't like this way, but they have a big area behind.
It's good 90. It's almost home plate. 80, 90 feet.
It's ways.
80, 90 feet for sure. Wolverines creeping back in. It's 6-3. Merchant on second. The sun has come out and now shown itself all over the diamond. It's been kind of peeking behind clouds. It's been a mostly cloudy afternoon, even though it's beautiful out. High and outside, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
I think he is getting a little tired out there.
I was going to say he's laboring a little bit.
And again, after a couple runs like that, you get a little bit more mind weary as well. Start thinking a little bit too much.
Curveball, called strike 3.
He's been battling himself out with that curveball. He did the same thing with Evan Gildenbach as a left-hander, but this time Ganley as a right-hander came right in. He fooled him completely, and may get himself out of a bind here.
Number 2, Cade Rubino.
So Cade Rubino had a base hit the first time up and got an RBI. I didn't see that pitch. Ball 1. Okay. 2-0. Rubino, one of the smaller kids on the team, so it's a little harder to pitch. I always had a hard time pitching to some of the smaller kids. Because of the stripes.
The strike zone was about, 6 inches high and about 6 inches wide.
Two balls, 1 strike. Rubino looking all the way. Darrow has 5 Ks now. Averaging just a little bit more than 1 K per inning.
And 2 of those were batters caught looking too.
Yeah.
So
and that was this inning.
Fooling. Yeah. That's true. Both of them with this inning.
2-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
Got good wheels at second base with Evan Merchant out there. So base hit could score a run.
I think anything dropping into the outfield, he's going to try to score, I would think, at this point.
Unless it's a real hard shot where the fielder has a better chance to come up with the ball and make a throw home. Coach Jameson is the third base coach, so it's all under his guidance over there.
Ball is low and outside. Full count. So Murch is going to be on the run.
Not necessarily because he's not forced.
By the way, Ken Keeley said great hit by the Murch. Here's the payoff pitch. 3-2. Curveball, and he got him looking.
One more time, I tell you what, Ben Darrow just pulled himself, out of a little jam there.
Pulled a string. That's 6 strikeouts for Darrow.
And half of them were looking.
Yeah. Wolverines get a couple on a base hit by Evan Merchant. 6-3 is the score. We're going to go to the top of the 5th inning right now. Who else do the Wolverines have as far as pitchers? I mean, we know of Evan Gilgenbach, obviously. And we, of course, now are aware. Because, it's a very young season. We know Sean Garvin, who's actually doing a very good job.
Well, as we know, Webster.
Noah Webster, yeah.
Right. A.J. Hamill, he actually relieved Evan Gilgenbach on Saturday.
Got it.
Oh, Mitchell pitches. Colin Mitchell pitches. He says, Coach Jameson says pitcher with a good two-seam sinker.
So we're going to the top of the 5th inning. Looks like we got Russo, Griffin, and Darrow to come to the plate against the pitcher, number 38, or 28, sorry, Sean Garvin. Mike Monarski, Kevin Merchant, Sid, the scoreboard kid. Sid's brother's here saying, "Who's Sid?" And of course, Van, the cam man. You're leaving?
I have a college meeting I gotta get to.
Whatever, Sid.
I will be back Saturday.
All right. Strike one. Kind of checked his swing on that a little bit. I thought he was going to go around, but he didn't.
Jared Russo, third baseman, was 1 for 2 this afternoon.
We got a new scoreboard person now since Sid's gotta leave. It's Chuck. This is Chuck. How you doing, Chuck? You doing good? There's a bouncer, one hopper to third on over the first. Easy play, one down. Score at 5-3. So, Chuck, how do you like doing the scoreboard? Not bad, huh?
I just heard someone call him Dalen, so it must be Dalen Griffin here. 1 for 2 this afternoon.
You gonna go to college, Chuck?
Base hit back in the third.
You're gonna join a like Delta House or something like that?
Not planning on it.
Well, you know, I wasn't gonna say you're gonna join a sorority. I mean, so now we can just say, what's up, Chuck? Do you know why we're calling you Chuck? Because we're not going to use your real name because you're under 18. That's what we did with your sister. That's why we call her Sid. Sid, the scoreboard kid. One ball, one strike, one out. Nice pitch and a grounder to short.
Tanucci
Get it over there quick, but no, it's going to get away from the first baseman.
I actually think he would have beat that out. Anyway,
Yeah.
Mike, I'm
I'd give him a base
probably
hit,
was
yeah.
a base hit on that. I don't think he had a chance.
Should we give him a base hit E6?
Yeah, it's got to be a hit
Yeah,
and
give him a
error
throwing error.
on the throw.
So now the Bulldogs have a runner on second with one down, and here's Darrow doing a fine job on the mound for the Lyman Memorial Bulldogs.
Banderas 1 for 2. And a run scored.
Swing and a miss. The ball was in the dirt. Nice scoop by the merch.
By the merch.
Mini merch.
Mini merch. I don't call him mini merch. He's only 6'2". Call me mini merch, maybe.
Maybe
Not
3
him.
years ago.
Not him.
Here's the pitch. There's a bouncer. It's going to be just foul. 0-2 to Darrow.
Got Evan, who's tall and thin, and me, short and not so thin.
Where do you go to school, Chuck?
St. James.
St. James. Gotcha. What are you, like 13?
Yeah, 14.
Pretty tall for your age, dude. You're in 8th grade? Jeez. What are they doing to these kids this year? These years' merch, for crying out loud. It's got to be the milk. Swing and a miss. But
Oh my God.
he's gonna get on to first. So he gets a strikeout. See you later, Sid. We'll see you Saturday. So you'll be Saturday, Sid the Kid. So now you get runners on first and third. Gets the K, but still gets on base. You can't let any more runs score, Merch.
Yeah. Pitch in the dirt, but you got to stop those. You got to block those pitchers. You can't be reaching for them. You got to move your body in front of them.
So, Merch, let me see if you can explain. Like, he got a strikeout there, but it doesn't count as an out. But the pitcher still gets credit for a strikeout.
He gets
in his
strikeout.
stats,
Right, and catcher gets a pass ball or an
Right.
error.
But it's still
on
only
this
one
time. I mean, there are times when the pitcher
right?
could get a strikeout in a wild pitch.
But it's still 1 out. It's not 2 outs.
Yeah, it's not now.
Here's Ortiz. Swing and a miss. Strike one.
Ortiz also 1 for 2 with a run scored back in the second. Strikeout last time up. He was in that line of 3 strikeouts that Garvin had back in the third inning, where first batter, who was Griffin, had a base hit, and then Garvin took care of the next 3 batters with K's.
There's a little looper over shortstop. That's going to drop, and that's going to get another run home for the Bulldogs. Base hit for Ortiz. Gets him an RBI as well. So Griffin comes in to score. Darrow moves on to second. 7-3. That is only the first run given up by the pitcher. First 6 were charged to Noah Webster.
Oh boy!
And that ball's thrown away, and he's gonna try to go to third, but the ball gets away from the center fielder as well. And Ortiz heads on down. That's Darrow. I'm sorry. Heads on down to third.
Right. Not sure why Ortiz isn't at second though. When the ball went out into center field.
Top of the 5th, 7-3 Lyman. 1 out. Runners on first and third for Bennett Murphy, the junior right fielder. Swing and a miss. A little pop into that mitt. Squares the bunt. Nice bunt. And they're going to toss it back home, but he's going to be in there safe. So Darrow scores the 8th run for Lyman, the 2nd run of the inning. And Bennett, who was looking for a sacrifice, was that a suicide? That was a squeeze play.
Yeah, it was a squeeze. He was leaving, and either I'm not sure if it was a suicide squeeze or a safety squeeze, but
either way,
it did not take long for Darrow to get home.
Either way, Murphy ends up with a base hit and an RBI. Here's Jeremiah Bobby with runners on first and second. Still only 1 out. And he's going to bunt it as well, straight up the first base line. And the ball is scooped, but didn't get to the first baseman as it hit the runner going down the line off into foul territory, and Ortiz comes around to score.
Getting kind of messy out here again, Mike. Reminiscent of the second inning when
here comes Jamison.
Wolverines couldn't do anything right. Kind of in the same boat right now.
So 3 runs in, and really there's only been one base hit. A couple of fielders' choices, 2, a bunt
actually
single.
Three base hits, I think.
What do you got? Or
Griffin with a base hit. I had Ortiz with a base hit. I had Griffin with a base hit and an error.
Right.
That was
okay.
one
That's
I
where I
think he
messed
beat
up.
out. I think he beat out that hit, and then
yes, and then there was
the
a
ball
throwing
was
error.
thrown away. Then the Tanucci threw the ball away.
So
but,
Griffin, Ortiz, and Murphy all with base hits this inning. All right.
And Murphy's could have been the bunt could have been a fielder's choice, except that Garvin fell down, and I don't think he would have gotten Murphy at first Even if they had gotten up and fielded that ball.
It's like we get another pitching change. Number 12 for the Wolverines.
So Mitchell, shortstop's coming in.
I'm living in that 21st century, doing something mean to it. Do it better than anybody you ever seen. Do it straight from the hands, and a nice ring to it. I can't see the superhero in this thing. No one man to have all that power. The clock's ticking, I just count the hours. Stop chipping, I'm tipping off the power.
So as far as the changes are concerned, we don't get the changes here,
Yeah.
up in the booth.
Yeah, we try to figure them out as we go.
So all we can see right now is Mitchell is going to go ahead and take the mound. We don't know where everyone else is going to sit. Looks like Kate Rubino is still out there, going to be at second base. But as far as everyone else, not sure. Looks like Mitchell comes from the side, little side armor. All right, so Tanucci is going to go back to. He's going to go to third.
Tanucci's still on short, I think. I'm just not sure who's playing third right now.
I thought it was Tanucci. We'll see.
Isn't Tanucci number 38?
Tanucci is 38.
I
Is
thought
he
he was at short.
I can't see it from here.
Yeah,
God, I need binoculars. Chuck, can you see?
I think it's Sean.
Sean went to third.
Garvin.
So
He
they
did.
just
I can
swapped
see it. Yeah.
in. Okay, so Garvin's at third. Mitchell's out on the mound. And we have runners at first and third with only one out. Top of the fifth inning.
Here's Pearson, the catcher. And the runner goes, and they're not going to throw it. Well, they kind of did.
Wow, that was, I don't know what that was.
Well, this is the second game of the season. They got a lot of things to work out. All teams do.
Yeah, a lot of
communication.
A lot of defensive miscues out there. Back in the first or second inning, they had some base running issues.
Swing and a miss. Strike two.
Person's 0 for 3. I think one of the few Bulldogs that does not have a base hit.
So you got Bobby on second, and you got Murphy on third. Still one out. A little mustard on that pitch. A little bit high into the strike zone. Good.
They could use some mustard. They could use some salsa. They could use some ketchup. They could use something.
I could use some mustard myself.
On that hot dog that you were thinking
good
about
ham and
before.
cheese sandwich.
Right.
Swing and rip down the third base line.
And Sid left, so you can't steal her sandwich anymore. Darn it.
So we have the mom of the scoreboard kid outside. We've renamed your children, just so you know. Yeah. Your daughter is now Sid, the scoreboard kid. And this is Chuck. Swing and a miss, gets it away from Merchant, but he's going to chuck it down to first, Chuck. And he's out. So 2 down, but the runners don't go anywhere.
Well, thank goodness. That's a breath of fresh air.
It is getting a little breezy.
It is a little chillier now than it was when we started the game. Sun's going a little bit more down in the west.
It's Van the Cam Man. He's down there. Thank you to Van to making sure he's got all the angles so you can watch the game this afternoon.
Michael and Contro. 1 for 3.
Pop up. That's going to be out of play. No,
Evan.
it's going to be just inside the fence.
Tell you, that's a long run for the catcher. First of
I
all,
know.
to figure out where the ball is, then you got to toss your helmet so you don't trip over it, and then you got to run it down. And if it's not a mile high, you're never going to catch up with it. And ask Evan; he'll tell you that right now.
I was never a catcher. I couldn't do that. I tried it, but what had happened is every time somebody swung, I would flinch.
Oh yeah. You learn to keep your eyes open after a while.
You have to get whacked in the face a couple times. That's going to go back to, that was very, very high. Another run's going to score.
That was a wild pitch.
That's the 10th run in for Lyman as Murphy comes around to score. It's 10-3. And then Bobby's going to move it on down to third. One ball, one strike.
It's been a struggle.
Sweeping curve stayed a little high, 2-1. Again, they want to just try to get out of this inning without any more damage. That's a strike. The inside corner, 2-2.
It's still quite a bit of game to go, actually.
I was just looking at that. I mean, this is the top of the fifth. They play 7 at this level. Here's the pitch. There is a base hit. Got it golfed into left center field by Encantro. And he gets an RBI.
Tell you what, for a team who only got 1 hit on Saturday against St. Bernard's, they have broken out today. That's for sure.
And here comes the only senior on the squad, Jason Cropley. 1 for 3.
And he's within 1 batter of batting around again this inning. I mentioned before that it was kind of reminiscent of the second.
Yeah.
And it's becoming more and more reminiscent every time you see another batter come up to the plate.
11-3 is your score. Opening day here at Wolverine Stadium. Fine crowd in hand. 1-1. Checking the runner over at first. There he goes. Swing and a miss.
He's way.
Here's the, a heck of a jump there.
Oh my gosh, he stole off the pitcher. He was 8 steps down before the pitcher even delivered the ball.
Cropley is the, like Merchant just said, the 9th batter of the inning. So this is the second time that the Bulldogs have batted around in this game.
And it's funny, as opposed to Ben Darrow, who for Lyman probably threw over to first base with a runner when there was a runner on 15 times today. I'm not sure a Griswold pitcher has thrown over there once all day.
I don't know. Once or twice.
Have they?
Yeah. Now they got time right there, and Cropley he stepped out, but the pitcher was already into his windup. But he granted him time. Here's the 1-2. Popped foul
First
to the right side.
Should have a beat on it.
And the first baseman for the Wolverines picks it up for out number 3. So we're through 4.5. 11-3.
5 runs on 4 hits. A Three errors in that inning, Michael. That's not going to win you many games.
No. But the damage is so that even if they do drop this game, it'll be 1-1. Not horrible. It's not 0-2.
Nope. No, they'll learn a lot from this game. There's a lot of things that coach is going to be talking to him about at practice the next couple of days. That's for sure.
There's we're almost 2 hours into this game.
Yeah.
This is a very long game.
Yeah, it's only the bottom of the fifth.
Yeah.
Speaking about next games, Griswold will play Plainfield this Saturday at home here in Griswold at 1:30 p.m. I think the game was originally scheduled in the morning, but just recently they've changed that time to 1:30 here in Griswold against the Plainfield Panthers. Obviously, longtime rivals of the Wolverines. And Lyman will actually be home as well against Killingly, who has a very good team this year. They've got a great team, good coach up there, Ben DeZonia. And Lyman will be hosting them on Saturday morning at 11 o'clock. And if everything goes according to the scoreboard, looks like Griswold will be going that game 1-1, and Lyman will be going into their game at 1-1.
Yeah.
And again, I am not counting these kids out at all, but 11-3, a little tough to come back from, maybe. And we've seen some wild ones here, Mike. I remember seeing some wild ones here. I remember a Griswold Plainfield game. I don't know if it's 2 years ago or 3 years ago. It was the craziest game we ever saw. Just kept going back and forth, except that I'm not sure it was 11-3, but I think that in about the fifth or sixth inning, somebody scored 6 or 7 runs to come back and go ahead. Then the other team went ahead. Then first team went ahead again. And it was a crazy, crazy game. And it didn't finish until the final batter, I think.
We've seen some good games, both on the,
great
baseball
games.
and the softball.
We have seen some great games.
I'll never forget the no-hitter, perfect game.
Maya Waldron, right?
Against North Branford.
Yep, to get into the finals of the state finals.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Gavin D'Amico leading off here in the bottom of the fifth for the Wolverines. Gavin's got a base hit.
Tell you what, this Ben Darrow staying out there. Sounds like one word when I say it, doesn't it? Ben Darrow?
Mm-hmm.
Ben Darrow has still on the mound and still coming through. He's gotten through a couple of tough spots. Thrown some great breaking pitches against the Wolverines here with 2 strikes or 3-2 counts. And normally,
outside, 2-2.
Normally a high school pitcher doesn't use the breaking pitch on a 3-2 count. They're more comfortable with that fastball, but he has done it at least 3 times.
There's a skied fly ball to left field.
And that was a breaking pitch right there, too.
Mm-hmm.
And Gavin got under the ball and hit a long fly to left. Hit it well, but kind of golfed it up a little bit and made it easy play for the left fielder.
A pinch hitter here?
It appears that way.
Number 34.
Number 34 is Zach Confer.
He's batting for Corey Smith.
Correct.
That's from the left-hand side.
As well as Corey did.
Ball's inside.
Michael, are you eating over there? What's going on? I don't remember you offering me one thing. Way down here at the other end of the booth. Ooh, nice curve from
I told you at the
Darrow.
beginning of the game that I had candy.
I don't want
Well,
candy.
that's what I got.
Jeez,
Sid brings in like a 10-foot sandwich and doesn't share it. So what do you want to do? I got candy. Chuck, you want some candy? All right.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Zach Confer.
these are Jelly Bellies, man. This is like the best jelly bean on earth, March.
It's actually a good shot to right field. Right at him, right at the right fielder. Got a good wood on that ball, a good aluminum, metal. But it was a good shot to right field.
But the problem is that's a quick 2 outs. Now Garvin is at the plate. Garvin started the game at second base, then pitched for quite a while, but he had a rough inning in the 5th. And he got taken out finally.
Sean's 0 for 1 after being hit by a pitch back in the first inning as a first batter and then grounded out to second base.
Nice curve, but in the dirt. Out high.
I say Darrell has gotten himself out of a couple of jams here during the game. He's come through with a couple of very good breaking balls when he's needed to. He keeps everything under control here.
Is that the first walk of the ball game?
It might be the first walk of the ball game. It's been one hit by pitch.
It was a hit by pitch, but that's the first walk, yeah.
And I should keep complimenting him because I complimented him and he walked the guy. So, and again, we're out for the kids, but we are in Wolverine land here, so got to cheer from him a little bit.
Here's Tanucci.
I can't say enough about this pitcher. This kid has done terrific.
He's hitting spots. He's getting the Wolverines to chase pitches.
Yeah, and he's fooling them on pitches. I think he's throwing some pitches that nobody's expecting. Like I said, on a 3-2 count, you normally wouldn't expect a high school pitcher to throw a breaking ball.
Right, like that one. That was a beautiful pitch.
Wow, that started about 6.5 feet high, ended up about belt high.
It was a 9-3, 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock, man. That was a beautiful pitch.
Uncle Charlie, they call it. That was an Uncle Charlie. Adam Wainwright throws those all the time.
From the Cardinals.
From the Cardinals. Pretty familiar with those guys.
What happened to Michael Walker?
Michael Walker went to the Mets. I don't know if he's still with the Mets. Ow.
I think he just kind of sat there.
That kind of stung a little bit. But, yeah, he didn't jump out of the way, did he?
He did not. So that's the second hit batsman of the ball game. Garvin got hit.
First batter.
Yeah, so Garvin has been he's walked and gotten hit by a pitch. And here comes Gilgenbach. Struck out twice.
Yeah, Evans got to come through here. Good hitter. He was one that got really fooled last time up with a breaking pitch.
Mm-hmm. He's one of those all-around good baseball players.
He is. I say he's a good ball player. He's a great pitcher, good hitter, smart kid, very even-tempered. Understands the game. When you understand the game, and there's a lot of facets to baseball. Baseball has a lot of mental talent that you need to play the game because a lot of things happen. It's not just a completely athletic game, especially running the bases, trying to figure out what pitch is going to come next. Anticipate every ball when you're out in the field. There's a lot of things from on the baseball side that's very mind intensive. Oh, Marty Gomez goes out again, and Ben Darrow's still in the game.
Well, there is 2 outs.
There are 2 outs.
First 2 batters of the inning. One flew out to left, one flew out to center. Or was it right? And there is a pop-up. That is going to send the center fielder back, who played him perfectly over to right center. And Gilgenbach, even though he sent it for a little bit of a ride.
Yeah, you almost thought with a base on balls and a hit by pitch, Evan would have taken a pitch there or two just to make the pitcher honest. But he saw a good pitch, hit it a long ways, but right at the center fielder.
Yeah, they played him perfectly. They played him to pull. So, Kevin, what's your favorite Jewett City Savings Bank branch?
All of them.
All of them. I knew you were going to say
All
that.
of them. I love them all.
So we do want to say thanks to the Jewett City Savings Bank for sponsoring and supporting us here to bring these games to you, whether it's basketball, baseball, softball, or football, volleyball, whatever we're doing. Jewett City Savings Bank has been supporting us right along the way, so we appreciate that, as well as the Burns Agency in Dayville and in Norwich. There's a guy right here in Griswold that works for the Burns Agency, been there for quite a while, a couple of decades plus. You may have heard the name, Archie Jerbiak. Archie's been with the Burns Agency for quite some time, and I know for a fact that I've needed a couple of things, and I've reached out to Archie a couple of times, and I'm telling you, within 10 minutes, he sends an email back, and he's right on it. So, great service. I can personally attest to that from the Burns Agency in Dayville and in Norwich. You'll buy better at Burns. Check them out on the web, burnsagency.com. Griswold Dental on Main Street, or I should say Slater Avenue, Main Street, here in the borough of Jewett City. Dr. K and his entire team, they live by their slogan, and it's really true. They will make you smile no matter what it is you need as far as dental work, or check them out. Griswold Dental on Slater Avenue here in the borough of Jewett City. Just give Terry a call. She'll hook you up. She will certainly hook you up. So we're coming up on the top of the 6th inning. To recap the game quickly, Lyman scored the first 6 runs of the game. Wolverines came back with 1, made it 6-1. Then they got a couple more. The Wolverines did to make it 6-3. And then they got 5 runs last inning. So here we are. Colin Mitchell returns to the hill here in the top of the 6th. Ball 1. And that's gonna hit him. So Russo, starting off the inning, hit by pitch on first, and that's going to bring up Dylan Griffin or Dylan. We don't really know.
Dalen.
Is it Dalen? We want to make sure we get it right.
I believe it's Dalen. I heard one of the Bulldogs call him Dalen, and it's spelled Daylan. So I'm thinking it's probably Dalen.
There we go.
Just a guess, though.
Kid named Griffin.
Dalen's a different name.
Nice name.
Kind of like it.
There's a base hit through third and short on the first pitch. So, first 2 batters are on for the Bulldogs, bringing up Darrow. Struck out twice and got a base hit. Darrow has scored 2 runs. Knocked in a couple as well.
They have a boatload of hits here in this game. I haven't counted them yet, but I will. Evan Merchant's come out of the game. Did it hit the bat? Sounded like it hit the bat. I understand Evan had a little problem with his ankle.
He's had a problem lately with that, hasn't he?
Well, he was playing a basketball as well as playing baseball, which wasn't maybe the smartest thing. And on Easter Sunday, they had 2 basketball scrimmages on Easter Sunday. That's how committed you have to be to AAU. And he ended up rolling his ankle, and he's been a little sore since then.
Well, in a game like this, too, there's a line shot to center field. Easily hauled in for out number 1.
Yeah, a game like this, maybe
By
this is
Ganley.
the time you come out and don't make it worse. Although he's 2 for 2 with a double, so a couple RBIs. So
Yeah.
it's a little too bad. He took a little bit of the firepower out, but again, rest that ankle. Plus, yesterday's practice, he thought he might have broken a finger because he was catching a foul ball, hit the tip of his middle finger. He's a hurting dude. Poor kid.
1 down. Nick Ortiz is up. He's had a decent game. Couple of base hits, 2 for 3, 2 runs scored, and an RBI.
And as the number 8 batter.
Yeah. Anyway, taking Evan out, I think was a smart decision.
Yeah.
Why aggravate something?
Yeah.
In a game that's 11 to 3, a little bit out of hand. So you want to save him for Plainfield, and that ball's going to go back to the backstop. Did you get a look at the new catcher? Who it is? Looks like 19.
That is Charlie Mikolajic.
Sure.
Mikolajic.
How do you spell that?
Mikolaz. Excuse me, Lijazzak. I think it's Mikolajic.
Okay. He wins for the longest name.
I think so. Thank God they're not on their shirts, are they?
No.
But
even with the
you'd
gear,
have to
you wouldn't be able
start
to see
at
it.
one side of his belt to the other side of his belt.
2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. A little bit high, 3-1. You want to load the bases. I think the last time Lyman was here, they won 16 to 3.
Oh, you remember that?
Yeah.
They had a terrific catcher. Not the base hit.
That's a base hit right in between the drawn-in infield.
So that's what, 3 hits for Ortiz?
Yeah.
And I believe that's 14 hits for the Bulldogs right now. Again, after coming off a game against St. Bernard with 1 hit, they have 14 today.
Really good game for Ortiz. 3 for 4.
Yeah, great game. Great game. All these kids have played a great game. Darrow has pitched a terrific game. A number of kids with multiple hit game.
Bennett Murphy.
He has 2. He has 2 hits. Again, 8 and 9 batters, 5 hits between them. And Murphy has a chance to get another one.
Still a runner in scoring position.
Today's game, Mike, indicates to me that pitching may be a problem or maybe an issue for the Wolverines here. You get past Gilgenbach, and it's kind of a pitching by committee. You don't have that second or third really strong starter.
Well, Garvin had a pretty good.
Yeah, he pitched pretty well.
He had a good performance.
And AJ Hamill is a pretty good. He's a good relief pitcher, but I'm not sure he will.
You just described the Boston Red Sox pitching by committee. There goes Ortiz, and there's a dribbler down to third. They're going to let the run score and get the out at first. So Dalen Griffin
scores.
So it's 2 more runs in this inning. It's 13 to 3.
Coach James doesn't know this is going to be a rebuilding year or a building year. He had a lot of young kids. He loves the group. Like, they have a lot of enthusiasm. They just have to, have to clean up a few things, get a little better at things.
We're getting into a scoreboard guy. What's your name? Your name's no longer Mike. gonna call you something different. There's a little nubber. It's gonna take a strong arm throw, and they couldn't get him. He beat it out. Jeremiah Bobby beats it out.
Ortiz scores.
Ortiz scores again, 14-3. How you doing, Mike? Pretty good. Pretty good. Tough game. I don't know how to run that thing. That's in the dirt. Ball one. Remember, Merch, we had a heck of a time trying to figure this thing out.
Oh, gosh, I don't think we ever did, Mike.
No.
No. We just yelled it out. 1-0. 1-1. Josh Pearson, the only one of the he may be the only Bulldog that has not had a base hit today.
But he got on the field's choice and still scored a run. That was back in the second
He's the only
inning.
one in the starting lineup without a hit.
Yeah. But he still scored. I like that.
Do we know if
Nope.
is the count 1-1?
It's a foul ball. Ball's going to go straight back. I think you're right about the whole pitching by committee.
Yeah, I think again after Evan, they've got some kids who can throw.
Yeah.
They just don't have that real strong second or third pitcher that can go six innings.
Hit him.
Ouch! That's
his second hit batsman of the inning. So that's going to put runners on first and second again.
Radio and live streaming on YouTube. Yeah,
live streaming on YouTube and Facebook.
Yeah, you can go back and watch this game if you dare to when you get home.
That's another one off the.
That's a noggin jogger right there.
Yeah. The noggin jogger. That's 3 hit batsmen now.
And that was right off the noggin.
Yeah. So that's going to load him up. It's going to bring up Encantro. No, it's not.
No, it's Cropley.
Cropley.
Who, for the last 3 innings, I think, has been the ninth batter or something like that. Last inning, he was the ninth batter. So they're going through the order for the third time in the game, which is just
crazy.
Not what you want to see your opponent do.
And he's got the bases loaded and
1 out,
outside.
Right? Oh, there's 2 outs now, so that's a good thing. Is that correct?
I'm not sure. To be honest,
there's 2. There are 2 outs. I have 2 outs on my scorebook.
Let's see. Okay.
Yeah. Fly out to center field by Darrow, and then there was is it
Murphy?
Yeah, third to first.
Okay.
Ground ball.
2 balls, no strikes. Lyman has batted around for a third time. And they got the bases loaded. There is a fly ball to right field. And that's going to be over the head, and that could clear them all. 1 run scores. And Cantro comes around. So 2 more runs, 16-3.
Well, 3 runs scored. Bases loaded. All 3 scored.
All 3 scored. All right. Okay. So Bobby came in. Pearson came in. As well as Encantro.
Encantro came in too. Yikes.
17-3 is the score.
Is there a what is a mercy rule? Do you know?
Yeah, there is a mercy rule.
Is to be up 50? They have to be up 15 though after 5 innings, or 10 after 5. Well, does that mean though that the Griswold gets to bat though? I think in the bottom of the 6th.
Number 41 is the new pitcher.
Number 41 would happen to be, that's A.J. Hamill coming out. Isn't that the most frustrating thing you ever saw? You know, we're grown men and we don't know how to use the scoreboard. Has Chuck actually left the building, Mike?
Yep, Chuck had to
Chuck
leave.
has left the building.
Now the new scoreboard guy, Zeke, he's trying to get it right. Come on, Zeke, what's up with that?
In a game like this,
we don't want to have
sure
anybody call their real name because potential lawsuits, you know. I don't like that name, Zeke.
Just don't go by 3 because you're messed up again. There you go.
You did it, Mike. That is not an easy thing. We tried one game, and I think it's a disaster.
Well, the kids that were in here had no problems whatsoever. You get us old guys and forget it. We have A.J. Hamill here on the mound for Griswold. The
first pitch is strike.
Fourth pitcher, Mike, or fifth pitcher?
Yeah. So it's 0-1.
Nice stop by Mikolajic back there behind the plate. AJ actually pitched the final 2 outs, which ended up being, I think, 1 batter on Saturday morning.
Give up 1 hit to.
No, he didn't give up a hit. Gilgenbach gave up the hit. Well, that was stung too, right to the center field there. But he gets his 1 batter, and it's almost similar to what happened on Saturday because Gilgenbach gave up his hit, and then AJ had a fly ball to center or right, and they picked off the runner at first, so they had double play. So AJ comes into 2 games and gets 2 guys to fly out. Yeah.
So now we're going to go to the bottom of the 6th inning, and this is a very, like we were talking about, one of the longer games that I can really remember in recent history, Merch.
Yeah, it has taken a long time. I guess when you score 17 runs, it kind of drags, especially when you're not the guy scoring 17
especially
runs.
When it's not your team.
Yeah. Kind of a rough opening day here for the Griswold Wolverines.
But it's so early in the season. They're going to play, I think, 17, 18 games in total. Still not the full 20 games. It's still very weird, with the scheduling. With the boys and the girls playing reciprocal teams, For example, the girls are playing Lyman today in Lyman.
I'm not crazy about that and how they've done that. But they did in basketball.
And almost keeping them in cohorts, with the same teams.
And I guess that's probably
regionally
the intention, and that's what there's something. I just hope they don't make that a habit for next season. Either basketball or.
I guess it all depends on where we're at.
The boys' teams never get to see the girls' teams play, vice versa. And when you have an open gym where kids can go, you want to be able to kind of root on the other players in your school. And
got a quick score for you. Plainfield defeats St. Bernard in the season opener 5-4. So Panther baseball.
Well, and again, St. Bernard's just beat Lyman on Saturday 2-1.
Yeah. St. Bernard's is always tough in baseball. Well, I should say in basketball too.
Yeah, St. Bernard's always they have a good team.
I'm surprised they didn't play St. Bernard's in basketball this year. I mean, regionally, it would have worked.
Yeah, it wasn't that far out of the out of the area for sure.
It was not. Well, the ECC had it all figured out, who was playing who.
I think we got another pinch hitter here, Mike. And JJ Bruno, I think. It's JJ.
Batting for Mitchell.
Yeah, JJ Bruno in here batting for Colin Mitchell. Yep.
Okay.
Colin Mitchell. It was JJ's first time up for the season, I believe.
Is he a freshman?
I think he's a junior, actually. Yeah, JJ's a junior.
We have a new pitcher for Lyman as well. Number 14, if you've got the
I do have a backup.
foul back. 1-1.
Number 14 is Ethan Michael.
Ethan Michael.
He's
a new pitcher.
So I think both coaches kind of clearing their benches a little, get the kids who don't normally play that much out on the field to get a little experience. You never know, you might need them during the season.
Outside 2-1.
JJ plays soccer this year. He's again come up through the Jewett City Little League teams, and dad was a coach. Jamie Bruno.
Did he just a slider? Kind of looked like a slider and cut back. 2-2. Chopped at it. Just fouled it at the plate. Two balls, two strikes. Wolverines taking a beating, 17-3. Full count.
Boy, Mike.
Oh, they are.
I know. Sounds like a football score.
Should I said pummeling? Ball 4. And he gets a walk.
Another pinch hitter, maybe?
Huh?
Oh, Charlie Mikalajic, the catcher, coming up for his, I think, his first time at the plate for the season. So Bruno walks, Mikalajic. Yeah, that was a nice little cut fastball, I think.
Lyman up by 2 touchdowns, 17-3. How do you want me to say it?
That was perfect.
We'll be here for a doubleheader on Saturday against Plainfield. 0-2. Michael ahead of Mikalajic. Curveball. Ooh, that was nasty.
Tell you what, that Ben Darrow's got nothing on this kid. Nothing on Ethan Michael. That was another perfect kind of a roundhouse curve slider.
That was nasty.
Caught Mikalajic looking, just fooled him completely. Ooh, boy.
Ganley almost got hit. No, it's not Ganley.
So who do we have here? What number is that, Mike?
27.
That's 27.
Wholesale changes.
Jacob Hamill. I don't know if that's like AJ's brother or
And it's going to be a bouncer to second, and they're going to go to the force at second. Got him and tried to turn the double play, but no good as the ball got away from the first baseman. So he's going to be on with a fielder's choice. But now there's 2 outs. What's his first name?
Jacob.
Yeah, Jacob. Okay.
On first base. The second baseman actually made a really nice play on that. He could have just played it easy and gone to first, and he made a nice turn, nice pivot. Got
Hamill got
Bruno
hit
out second.
So now you got runners on first and second. For the Wolverines.
Hamill actually hit the ground ball. That was who was that was AJ Hamill. Oh my goodness, Michael.
You got Gavin D'Amico now, 1 for 2. Last time he flied out to left field and got a base hit before that in the third. 1-1. 2 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
And I'm not sure, again, if we don't score a few runs here, whether we're going to be.
I don't know. There's a little nubber. That's going to get into right field
nice
for a
hit.
base hit. And they're going to wave in the runner coming all the way down from second.
Who was Jacob Hamill.
Jacob Hamill gets a run.
So Gavin D'Amico gets an RBI. Nice hit right field to the right of the first baseman.
17-4.
Catching up.
That's going to be in Sorrell's. Was this Corey?
Corey Smith's back
yeah.
up again. You know, with this the way they
know.
substitute, you cannot keep track. I mean, AJ Hamill came out of the game after the first few
Well, you
batters.
could put him back in. I was looking for Zach Confer to be up.
But it's not like you're used to when you
No.
watch a major league game. It's just they can swap, and of course we don't get any indication as to who's going where and when. Another base hit.
That's going to be another base hit into the hole. And Hamill's going to pull up at third, so they got the bases loaded, and it's going to be Sean Garvin. Who pitched quite well until he got tired. But he got him through, he gave up that big 5-run inning, in the fourth?
Yeah, not bad for a freshman, is right. God,
Be a pop up, and the catcher's
Nice
going to pick that up,
catch.
and that's
Nice.
going to do it.
tough for a catcher to get those.
I'm not sure. The ump called for the ball, and I think that might be it. Is it 10 after 5? 10, yeah. So that's going to do it, Merch.
Hey,
Mike.
thanks very much.
Thanks for helping
Yeah,
out. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mike.
What we're laughing about is this scoreboard system is just a wreck. It's hard. It's hard to figure out. Merch and I tried to figure it out one game. I think we gave up after 2.
Oh yeah, it was awful. I remember that game, Michael.
So the mercy rule in effect as Griswold loses 17-4 against the Lyman Bulldogs. The last time Lyman was here, they won 16-3. That was 2 years ago. The Merch is counting the hits.
I count 17 hits for Lyman this afternoon, and through a number of pitchers for Griswold.
Yeah.
It was just a tough afternoon for Griswold all the way around. I think in the first couple of innings they made a couple of base running mistakes, but they don't have a lot of depth in pitching, which I think showed today. Evan Gilligan back on Saturday pitched a tremendous game, and then they used 5 pitchers today.
Yeah.
They didn't string many hits together. The last inning, they had a few, but I'm just thinking here, 1, 2.
The Wolverines have 4 runs on 6 hits.
They may have more than that.
Count them again.
5, 6.
1, 2.
I have 7 hits. So you're real close. Gavin D'Amico ended up having a 2-hit game, and Evan Merchant had a 2-hit game. So there's 2 guys with 4 of the 7 hits.
Oh, there's 7. You're right.
So 4 of the 7 hits from 2 players. So they're not spreading it around. Again, it's so early in the season, and a lot of young kids. Anybody who's a sophomore.
Do that again.
A sophomore. This is their first time on the varsity field.
Oh, so we just want to make a note. That's Van the Cam Man right there. He's not just some drunk fan. Here at the game. He's
at least not today.
No,
not today.
Not at all.
So anyway, it was just a tough first outing at the first home game for the Wolverines. Lyman, and as we said, they're perennial, very, very good team in baseball. Marty Gomez is a perennial, very, very good coach.
35 years.
Yep, 35 years, and he knew he was coming into this season with a younger team who, kids have played baseball, but they have not played varsity baseball. And you say the same thing for Griswold. I mean, most of these kids, they say your freshman today, hasn't played baseball in 2 years. Probably a sophomore has never stepped on the field before, as freshmen haven't. And just it'll be a learning experience. Griswold will come back. They'll regroup. They'll come back and win some games. Then they'll come back and lose some games. But it's a game, and I'm sure Coach Jameson will have a notebook about a mile long, starting with tomorrow's practice.
Well, the other thing is we're talking about seventh graders. They're freshmen now.
Yeah.
Last time, so it's a totally different ball game. It's like a whole new crop of kids.
Yeah.
The seniors that were supposed to be seniors last year and play, they didn't get a chance to play.
Yeah, which was too
sad.
Bad. Yeah, sad.
It was sad for the kids.
It's sad. And the kids who are sophomores this year, they lost a year of experience, whether it was JV or varsity. Whether they just lose experience. But again, it's the same playing field. So they're on level field. Griswold scores four runs and Lyman scores 17. Lyman has the same issues, had the same issues coming into the game as Griswold did. So, they're just obviously a much better team today. Had a ton of hits, went through a number of pitchers, and just we're so obviously the better team today.
The other thing when it comes to kids playing baseball or basketball or softball is one thing that I know a lot of schools are up against, and I don't know if you've heard anything about this, Kevin, but a lot of schools have enrollment in sports is way down.
I have not, but we were talking about even again, I use the word perennial too many times, but, perennial powerhouse of Griswold softball, and they had trouble. They had trouble this year. Coach Aramone, I think he has 10 kids on the team right now. And they're expecting another few, and I'm not sure if that's because of injuries or whatever, a couple more coming, in the next coming weeks. But for a Griswold softball team who, again, just a couple of years ago, they're in the state finals, and they're always at the top of their game. They rank well in the state. They certainly have, won ECC championships or competed for ECC championships, and they're having trouble almost fielding a team.
Right.
So it is tough. There are a lot of, parents that don't want their kids playing right now, or they didn't want them in during basketball season when everything was enclosed. And so, the pandemic maybe has had a lot different effect than even we're understanding that it has on some of the high school sports and some of the kids and their families.
Well, Kevin, we got one game under our belt. Back in the Griswold Pride broadcast booth. Here we are.
Yep. Back in the saddle.
It was fun.
Back in the saddle. It was real and it was fun, but it wasn't real fun if you were looking at the scoreboard. I'll tell you that.
Well, I missed working with you over
it's been
the last 2 years.
We have had the funniest times, and probably people will turn us off because we're having too much fun sometimes. But we do. I think we get along together, and it's just fun calling the games. It's a lot more fun, like I say, when our teams got more numbers on the board than the other. But hey, it's a game. They're all kids. They're all out there competing. It's just fantastic to have baseball again, or have softball again. Have these kids outside playing and doing what they love to do, and having great moments. Even on a losing team, there are times in the game where it's a great moment. You score a run or you get a big hit. But just to have these kids out here doing what they really love to do, and watching them have fun is just such a refreshing thing after what we've been through over the last year plus. So it's great to get vaccinated and be back.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Watching these kids do their thing and having a good time.
I agree.
All right. We'll be back on the air again, once again, on the air. Plus, we'll be on YouTube and also Facebook. Griswold and Plainfield doubleheader this coming Saturday. For Kevin, the Merchant. I'm Mike Minarski. Thanks for joining us, everyone. And I'll see you tomorrow morning right on SNSN for the morning show.